Did you know that in Inuit at Arctic, some marriages were decided before kids could walk? And in certain groups, couples sometimes shared their partners by agreement. Sounds impossible, right? But what happens next is insane. Picture this. Your parents pick a spouse for you as a child. No dating and no flirting. This feels cold, unfair, and controlling. But here's where it gets really interesting. Those choices were practical. They picked families who had the skills they needed, like the hunters, seamstresses, or healers. So marrying into the right family meant warm clothes, food, and a safety net. So what looked like no romance was actually a deal for life. This makes you question if you'd trade romantic freedom for guaranteed survival. And here's a fact. Some communities practiced spouse exchange, which basically breaks every modern rule. But these aren't some random affairs, but rules and agreements supervised by elders. Why? Because sharing of partners created alliances, spread resources, and kept ties strong. You might think that this must have caused jealousy at some point. And yes, it did. Jealousy existed, but it was handled differently. Elders mediated, while gossip and honor kept people in line. In practice, this system lowered fights and kept the camp safe. What sounds cruel at first was actually a social tool. It made couples part of the whole community and not just one person's property. And while men hunted, women made clothes, prepared food, and raised kids. If the hunter failed, the family froze. And if the seamstress failed, the hunter risked death. So, power wasn't about who shouted louder. It was about who the group needed most. Respect came from usefulness, not showy status. And here's another twist. Not everyone fits into two boxes. Some people live gender roles that cross those lines, and the society had no qualms on the gender you chose to be with. So before the outsiders came, Arctic societies often had flexible ideas about gender and desire and had zero discrimination. Then when the outsiders arrived, missionaries, new laws and schools were built. They said how families should look and outlawed practices they didn't understand. Imagine being told your way of loving is wrong, after it kept your people alive for generations. That break caused real damage, loss of knowledge and loss of trust. So what do we learn from Inuit? When life is harsh, love becomes practical. It all comes down to skill, sharing, and trust. If Arctic people designed relationships to survive the ice, then maybe our modern rules deserve a look too. This is Mindlust. And if you've stuck around till now, thank you and see you in the next video.